In other news at this hour, with visuals of footages of the Russian-Ukraine war going around for months now, a latest video released by the Russian Defense Ministry is making headlines. Russia has released footage of what it calls combat work of Russian Army aviation crews, destroying a column of Ukrainian armored combat vehicles and air defense units. The ministry also shared footage of a missile strike by an unmanned aircraft hitting a Ukrainian armored personnel carrier. Russia says its aircraft located the Ukrainian carrier in a densely built industrial area and destroyed it using missiles. The Ukrainian military officials have not yet commented on the released footage. The location and the timing of the attack was not specified either.
Kind of, as it's created a context in which there must be a response to it. And given that that response on the military side is required by what seems to be looming in the future, you then set that against the mounting evidence, not just of war crimes, but you have Zelensky coming out a week ago now and saying that genocide was there. So it's kind of like the two things are. I'm not sure that the evidence of genocide may have well existed regardless of what was happening on the military side. And if that military side wasn't about to amp up, we may have been able to delay that discussion. But it seems like the two of them kind of setting side by side has forced a kind of linkage in that area. Once you start calling things war crimes, and once you particularly start calling them genocide, the argument for not increasing in some substantial way your degree of commitment to the cause and arms and assistance and more
think for President Zelensky, he's sort of always operated under the assumption that there wasn't going to be any kind of sort of domestic upheaval or revolution in Russia. This is something that I've heard Ukrainians speak with a tremendous amount of frustration about. There's a very real sense in that country that, like, when they have had bad leaders that they didn't like, they overthrew them. And there's a frustration and an anger at the Russian people as well for not being able to do that to Vladimir Putin. The situations and the circumstances in these two countries are completely different. I think from an outsider's top-down perspective, these aren't exactly one-to-one comparisons. The hold that Vladimir Putin has over power domestically in Russia is drastically different than what we've seen from leaders in many other countries that have been in similar situations. I don't necessarily think the Russian people should be blamed for that, but I don't see an end to this war where Putin is out of power. I think he's doing everything he can inside the country through propaganda and through just pushing back against every narrative that we've seen and evidence that we've seen coming from journalists and investigators that